Hello and welcome to CloudFolks HUB. My name is Bhavesh Adara. Now you are very much aware about Elastic Kubernetes service in AWS. But question is how I can host my application inside EKS. The first step is you have to create EKS Cluster. Right now I am my EKS console and I'm going to click on Create Cluster. Here they are giving us so many options like quick configuration with EKS Auto Mode, custom configuration, and inside custom configuration you're also going to get EKS Auto Mode. So the big question is, what is this Auto Mode in the cluster creation? In this particular video I'm going to explain you what is EKS Auto Mode and how we can use this with the quick configuration. So let's start. As always, I'm going to start with my mind map, and here we are going to talk about Auto Mode. Introduction. EKS Auto Mode is a new way to run Kubernetes on AWS, where AWS automatically manages the worker nodes, networking, scaling, and patching for you. It is designed to make running EKS much simpler. You only focus on deploying and managing your applications, while AWS takes care of the infrastructure part. In some previous videos, I already explained you about Kubernetes architecture. And I explained you that there is mainly two parts. One, it is a control plane who is actually managing worker nodes, and worker nodes is actually hosting our containers. Right? When EKS was started, AWS responsibility is just to manage control plane. We have to add worker nodes, we have to manage worker nodes, we have to take care about worker node scalability and high availability. But with Auto Mode, AWS is going to manage control plane as well as worker nodes. So now we don't need to manage worker nodes as well if we are going to use Auto Mode. Right? So this is one of the biggest advantage of using Auto Mode. Now what I'm doing right now, I'm going to explain you before after scenario. Let's understand before Auto Mode. Right? If you look at this picture carefully, you will find out that our responsibility was very high before Auto Mode. If you look at over here, AWS manages global infrastructure. This is like applicable for all the services that you are using in AWS. Foundational services also managed by AWS, and AWS manages only control plane. Right? Then these cluster capabilities, cluster EC2 instances, system agent, kubelet, all the management responsibility is actually managed by the customer. So it is our responsibility before Auto Mode. Now if you take a look at after Auto Mode, okay, now AWS is going to manage all these things. Look at this. Even AWS is managing control plane as well. So we do not need to manage worker nodes. So actually when we are using Auto Mode, AWS manages all the things, which is giving us great flexibility, as well as there is some limitations as well. So let's understand before Auto Mode scenario first, then we will go for the after Auto Mode, right? Okay. Earlier, creating EKS cluster meant doing everything manually. AWS will provide us only control plane. You had to manage the following, like we have to manage everything. EC2 instance for worker nodes, installation and setup of Kubernetes agent because we need to install agents inside the worker nodes, networking, subnet and security group, scaling, patching and version upgrades of the worker nodes, replacing fail and unhealthy nodes. At that time, AWS only manages control plane, the Kubernetes master component. Right? Now here we have one note as well. The before Auto Mode traditional setup is still available. Simply choose custom configuration and disable Auto Mode to create your cluster manually. Look, when we are going to talk about this traditional setup, we have great flexibility, like we are doing everything manually. So we have great control on our infrastructure, right? Because we are managing everything. Now there are some companies, specifically bigger one, who wants to manage everything. So this manual mode is still available. Now how you can do it manually? Okay, so you have to go to the configure cluster. Now here you can go to the custom configuration, and here you are going to disable auto mode. Now once you disable auto mode, means now you are creating your cluster according to your requirement. You are responsible to manage worker nodes, scaling, everything will be in your hand, right? So this option is still available, but we have auto mode options as well. So if I am going to choose auto mode, then what will happen? With EKS Auto Mode, AWS automatically manages most of the heavy work. Look at this, AWS managing all these things. You no longer handle infrastructure tasks. AWS does it for you. So when you choose Auto Mode, what is actually AWS doing for us? Create and manages worker node on demand, handle scaling up and down based on the pod requirement, manages networking, IP allocation and ENI setup, install, update add-ons like core DNS, VPC CNI, kube proxy, integrate storage and load balancer automatically, patches and replace node when needed for a maintenance or security. So AWS will manage all these things over here in the auto mode, right? So now you have complete understanding about auto mode. Question is, what is the difference between quick configuration EKS auto mode and custom configuration with EKS auto mode? So what I am doing, I am going to explain you quick configuration with EKS auto mode right now in this video. Definitely we will talk about custom configuration with auto mode in the next video. Okay. So here, quick configuration with EKS auto mode.
Sorry to interrupt you. I know you guys are enjoying our video a lot, because our final ultimate goal is Solution Architect Certification exam. To reach the destination, we required full videos. Path number 1, our 6-in-1 program. Our 6-in-1 program include all prerequisite skills which is needed as a cloud engineer. It include 24/7 support, lifetime update, section-wise practice test, full course practice test with tips and tricks by Bhavesh Atara, how to do exam preparation course, weekly lifetime live session with Bhavesh Atara, and 6 AWS project with documents. Path number 2, you can enroll by paying $499 and get Hindi and English, both the languages, videos of AWS. The choice is yours how to create your success story by choosing best one. Best of luck. Thank you.